So I'm going to try to record this while I'm driving, and hopefully it won't fall. So I want to talk about being an empath. And empath is a term that gets thrown around a lot, especially in spiritual spheres. But in my opinion, you can be naturally empathic at a physiological, psychological level, and you're just naturally physiologically wired that way. So even if you're not even coming from a spiritual perspective, uh, to be an empath just means that you're wired to your body will react to other people and the energy that they emit forward. Your body is just reacting to it. That's all. And I had a incident the other day with my mother. So about 6 going on 7 weeks ago, she had a UTI, and it caused her biochemistry to get messed up. And you see, my mother has never done anything in life. She's never done anything with her life. She's never held a job. She's never had a driver's license. My mother has just literally just lived off of other people her entire life. So when I was growing up, and it was, my dad eventually became an alcoholic. When I was a young kid, I remember my dad working. I remember my dad coming home from work. But as time progressed, he eventually got worse and worse, and succumbed to alcoholism to the point where he just didn't work at all. Fuck, stupid fucking phone. My bad. So, I didn't realize it fell down. So, anyways, this is why I'm not a YouTuber. I don't have all the setup. This is why my channel doesn't take off. This is why I don't get any viewers, no subscribers, because I've been told that my content is not interesting. It can't appeal to anybody because it's not interesting, and I can kind of agree with that, because it's not. I don't psych people up through mainstream anything. And in fact, I'm actually counterculture. Actually not mainstream. And as I always say, people want to talk about counterculture means weed, smoking, drugs, and it's not. It's literally not. It's mainstream. Like all that shit, all that stupid shit, like drugs and smoking, all that is fucking mainstream as fuck. That is the mainstream. Anyways, I had to bring that up. I got this erratic motorcycle. See, once again, this is the third video that I've done regarding a topic, and there's an actual significant distraction. Like this motorcycle rider behind me, he's like swerving in behind me, like he's getting he's like acting weird behind me, and it's distracting me because he keeps going back and forth, and then this traffic light right here, and this normally is a regular traffic light. Normally it's a regular traffic light, but it's down today, and you have to treat it like a four-way, right? So you got this erratic motorcycle driver behind me acting weird, and then that light. It's every time I make a video. This is what I've talked about in the past, like the things that I do. I as a part of me that believes that I'm tapping into the right thing, if you want to call it that, the right path to success in this world, because it provides a distraction every time I try to talk about the topic, right? And so, and now you can't see me. Now you just see my fat gut. Great. So Yeah, this dude's just behind. It's like he really, really wants to. See, this is the dark reality. Because I'm on shit. I'm on point. I'm on point. This is why. Always unusual. The last 3 videos I've uploaded, it's something unusual. And I figured out what burnt down on that last video, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. And see, that, you know, that was weird. That was just fucking weird. He's done past me now. What was that thing that burnt down? I can't remember. Maybe I'll mention it in another video. But anyways, my point is, something tries to stop me. And so anyways, empathic, being an empath, like being spiritually aware or again, even if you're not coming from a spiritual place, physiologically you feel people's energy, people that have a pull. Me, I feel people's energy. I can feel it when people are subconsciously pinging at me and trying to take my energy in whatever way, right? And it can happen in all kinds of different forms. And so I'm currently staying with my mother. And by doing so, it is not fast, but it is slowly improving my situation at this moment in time. At this moment in time, my circumstance has improved economically, as I keep saying. Like, my money isn't leaving my bank account or my pocket, right? Like it has been for the past several years, because I have the opportunity and the luck of having a place where I can go. So it has to some extent cleared my mind, unlike other scenarios that I've been in. But then also there is also still remains the fact and the reality of the fact that there are distractions being presented the moment I got to my mom's, right? And my mom, she got that UTI around the same time where I was just about to move in there. So talks were about me going to go stay there until I find me a place, right? And so then she develops the UTI. My sister starts smoking weed. My sister starts around the same time, starts seeing this guy. And at the same time starts hanging out with this other guy, evoking jealousy. And this other guy becomes literally actually obsessed with my sister, right? Just out of nowhere. Just random guy that none of us know. Somehow he meets her and he claims that he knows my brother. He probably met my brother once, and that's about it. And, you know, but he doesn't know my brother. This guy just kind of appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly he's literally obsessed. Just met her and is literally virtually immediately obsessed with her, right? Talking about, oh, she broke my heart. You know, who the fuck is this guy? He just appeared out of nowhere, right? And so I had to break up a fight already, you know. So my mom is, you know, she's picking up after my sister, right? And even today, my sister's room was like, I got a video clip of it. I got 2 video clips of it. It is full of dog shit on the floor. It stinks. Trash everywhere. It's filthy as fuck. And of course, the bong is there. Or whatever you call that stupid thing. Not bong, but whatever. It's some kind of smoking thing where you smoke your weed out of it, right? Whatever the fuck those stupid things are called. And so my sister, all this stuff begins to happen. Everything was just normal. All my sister did was sit in her room and got on TikTok and ordered food, right? Before I started making plans going over there. Her behavior has significantly changed. The circumstances surrounding her and my mom have significantly changed ever since the plans started being made for me to go stay over there, right? So all this stuff started happening. Her room wasn't as filthy as it is now. Like, all these things started happening all at that time, right? So that is the dark reality. Because the dark reality knows that, okay, by me being there, it gets me an opportunity to get ahead. It is quite the circumstance. It is literally like me having the opportunity to have the foundation to build from, except it could be pulled out from me at any moment. My aunt starting shit when I got there. And there was another thing I did not mention on the other video, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. Yet another anomalous circumstance that happened leading up to and when I started staying at my mom's. Like, everything has drastically changed at my mom's. In other words, everything has drastically, taken a different turn. Like, things that have nothing to do with me. None of this stuff has anything to do with me, and it just started happening the moment my presence, got immersed, was beginning to become immersed into that environment, right? Surrounding my mom and, at my mom's house. And that's the dark reality. It's closing in, right? Because I'm on to something right. Because I'm on the right path. And so it wants to try to stop me. Now, there have been times where it has stopped me, right? And there are also other times where it's trying to stop me. And so that's the difference here. It's swirling all around me. It's not been able to touch me quite yet like it has in the past. And that's probably because over the years I've learned how to navigate around it, right? And like as if I'm covered with oil and the dark reality's water, for lack of better. Here's like I'm a duck, okay, and the dark reality is water, right? And I've got my duck oils, and it tries to touch me, and it just can't get around me. So it's surrounding me, right? It's raining on me, but it can't do anything because by this time in my journey, I've arrived at a point where it is becoming more difficult for it to get to me, right? For whatever reason, right? And so therefore, my economic situation for the moment, like I said, this may not be long term, but for the moment it is improving because I get to stay at my mom's, right? And do I contribute? I do contribute. I often cook meals, make meals, or purchase meals. That's one of my contributions. Take my mom to different places that she needs to go. But I've been doing this before, even before this, kind of like a codependent network, right? Economically codependent network, because in the past, I'd give my mom a ride somewhere and she'd throw me a few bucks, and then that like $20 or something every now and then, and that $20 would be like gas that would get me to jobs and stuff. So just from a purely practically economic perspective, that was helping me, along the way during that process, because I did not make enough money to completely self-sustain on my own barely, right? Because there aren't jobs working for other people that will get me ahead economically. And so, the best thing for me was to work for myself, since it paid more than what working for other people would pay me, right? So anyways, but my mom is, I'm getting to my mother for a little bit. My mom is codependent. So my mom's got more than enough money to live on, right? And she will virtually always have a place to live. She's got a significant, majorly significant chunk of savings. I mean, depending on, she's got way more savings than the average American family. My mom does, and she's never worked a day in her life, and she's never had a license, and she's always been dependent on others. Well, so my sister, who's 25, is like a 14-year-old. She's like an adolescent and lives like a adolescent. She's 25, never had a job, never had a license, and all she does, like I said, she just does whatever feels good in the moment, and that's the same lifestyle my mom lived, right? And so she often uses my mom's debit cards to order food, and it'll piss my mom off. And my mom is constantly ordering new cards, and it's just a weird uh, thing. And so this so this UTI my mom got caused for her to burn out in her, hormonally, right? So over time, when you practice work, you develop, like when you are disciplined and you have to work, it builds stores of serotonin, right? And I may not have this completely 100% accurate in how I'm wording this, but understand the main point. Don't hang me on little technicalities. The main point is I'm still right. The main point is, okay, so when you don't have a disciplined life, you effectively become an addict. You become an addict to your impulses. You become an addict to whatever feels good in the moment. Now, my mom's not some kind of partier that does drugs, and my mom does not do drugs. She does not smoke weed. She doesn't get drunk. She doesn't drink. She's not even a drinker, right? But the only thing she does is just sit around all day, and she gets entertained and stimulus through cigarettes, smoking cigarettes, through uh, watching TV shows, and doing whatever she wants when she feels like it. So, uh, and part of that ritual, it's not even a ritual. That's a bad, I shouldn't even said ritual, but part of her, it's not even a routine either. For lack of a better term, like, I mean, what word can I use? Like her pattern, we'll just call it that. Her pattern is sit around, smoke cigarettes, watch TV, snack on things. So she's getting her dopamine and she's an addict basically, but not in the addict way that we usually perceive addicts as. Addicts are depicted as, druggies, right? But you could still be an addict and live like an addict. So she lives an addict to these little micro pleasures, these micro small, and of course she has medication to, for anxiety and stuff like that too. But basically, her thing is the cigarettes, watching TV, and then and she'll clean when she feels like it, right? She'll clean when she feels like it, when she's in the mood. It's all about. Imagine you got to just sit around and do your responsibilities just whenever you're in the mood to do it, right? That's her lifestyle, And then she'll snack on cheese crackers, and she has all these little things she snacks on, and then part of her pattern is that she needs to be taken to the store. I know this may not make sense to most people, but if you understand your hormones and what causes you to feel good and what causes you to feel pleasure, what causes the hormones that causes you to feel pain, the hormones that causes you to like feel fatigue or whatever, like, you got your cortisol that makes you feel bad and lethargic, and you got your estrogen, your testosterone. Even women have testosterone, your oxytocin, all these things, right? And sugar, so my mother is a low-key addict, like a low-level addict. So she's addicted to, again, go through the list again: cigarettes, watching TV, listening to music, and on the surface, most people be like, "Well, all those things are normal, Billy. I listen to music. All these things are normal. Everybody watches TV. You know." And to those people, just fuck off. I mean, I'm not even trying to talk to you low IQ morons. I'm talking to people that can actually think, right? Comprehend what I'm saying. This is the lowest form of addict, right? But it still has an effect, right? The addict, she's an addict to these little things. So she needs her cigarettes, the songs, the The always constantly have the DVD player on with a movie in it, or a TV show, or the TV itself on, or music on. She constantly needs some kind of remedy, some kind of. This isn't out of just enjoyment of those things. This is out of the necessity to constantly have things constantly in a stimulant cycle, right? So it's a low level addict, right? It's the lowest level addict that you can be, right? And so she's addicted to those things. She constantly needs stimulus, and so one of the things, so the cigarette, I know I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but we'll start over. The cigarettes, the music, the DVDs, the eating the cheese crackers, the eating little snacks, and then the meal itself. And, sucking on sugary, they have to be sugary sodas, because if she got like a zero sugar soda, it wouldn't give her the dopamine from the sugar, right? So that's a chemical. That's a hormone, feel-good chemical called dopamine. It's one of the main hormones that makes you feel good. So, so, so she's on that, plus her prescriptions, plus she needs people to take her places to the store, even if it's just to the gas station. Not even to get gas. She don't drive. Take her to the gas station just to get a drink, even if she's already got tons of drinks at home. Just to get out and get a drink, just to purchase. Even dopamine is produced when you purchase something. When you give that cashier money and they give you the product, you get a dopamine spike. So that's just a stat to all of her little compounding behaviors that make up her addiction. And most people were going to say, well, maybe she just likes to get out and go to the store. But in reality, this is just compounded addiction. This is being an addict at a low level. So she it's not because she actually gets any enjoyment out of it, but it's more like she gets the fix, the go to the store and buy some snacks. Just the going to the store is the stimulus. It's the different color lights. It's the atmosphere. It's the stimulus. It's not because she just enjoys life and she just enjoys going to the store. And it's the same with going out to eat at restaurants. She's got plenty of food at home. She's got plenty of food that she could make every day, and she has the money to get it, but she will constantly go out to eat, pick up fast food. And the same with my sister. So they're kind of like, my sister, she needs to always get something to eat, even if she doesn't eat it. Another night, I stupidly ordered a burrito from fucking Chipotle, and it's already expensive, right? But I rewarded myself with a nice burrito the other night for the things that I did, and I'm not going to get into this here now, but I am in tactical enabling mode. Okay, staying with my mom until I find me a place. I've been looking at places. I've had a number of different places that have been prospects, and I've been messaging people. And once I find a place, I'm out of there, right? Once I have enough money saved up, I'm out of there. But in the meantime, like I said, I'm not going to go into this right now, but I'm surrounded by people who are toxic as fuck. I have a famous relative. He's famous, internet famous, right? Actually famous. And he has the ability to accrue large amounts of money in short periods of time, but he still just wastes it all and fucks it up. And lately he's just been fucking it up on getting Airbnbs and shit, and it's so stupid. But he's poor, and he constantly has to borrow money still. Yeah, influencers are broke, y'all. Being an influencer doesn't mean shit. Because most of them just fuck up. They're stupid. They don't have a business acumen, and they don't have discipline. But anyways, I digress. But like the main point is, like, they have so I'm surrounded by people with more leverage and power. I'm the smartest one. Like, if I went viral and got famous, or got a bunch of money, or had the ability to accrue a bunch of money in a short time, I would know how to make it work for me, but I have the least money out of everybody in my family and the least power and leverage. And so um, I do what I call conscious and tactical enabling, okay, where I enable the bad behaviors. So to deliberately not stir up conflict, but and ironically, paradoxically, I am more than willing to stir up conflict under the right circumstances. But I know for now, what's in my best interest is to just patiently enable the stupid behavior, to not stir up conflict, because I think, well, which is more, what is more practical in this moment to do? Is it like, for example, should I tell my mother, like, or my sister, like, well, y'all live off the government, y'all fucking live free, god damn, y'all fucking live free. Other people go out here and work. All these cars, look at all these cars back. Well, you can't see them, but look at all these cars parked here. Like, all these people have jobs and go to work, and a portion of their money goes to give y'all a free living for free. You know, while they go to work, they go to fund a bedroom that's got dog shit all on the carpet, but the girl sleeping in that bed gets to live for free and smoke weed and eat, order out. You know, free. No schedule. So my mom, what happens is she's a low key addict, is what I'm saying, or a low level addict, not low key, but low level addict. So she's addicted to all these micro stimulants, and so the act of ordering the food is more rewarding to her hormones, the reward centers of her brain, than the work of cooking the food and making the food and eating it, right? And so if she were a disciplined person, now sometimes she does cook, don't get me wrong, she will cook, but even then, in that moment, it's because it feels good to do it. It feels good, she's in the mood to. So in that moment, those hormones that trigger pleasure or enjoyment, are like serotonin, are being activated, and in that moment it feels good to cook. Ooh, it feels good. I think I'll make this because it sounds fun, it sounds pleasing, or whatever. Maybe not fun, but I'm in the mood to do it, right? And we all have that experience where we're in the mood or not. But people like her, she doesn't have the ability to, or people like them, they don't have the ability to, uh, uh, or they won't discipline themselves. Like, so when they're not in the mood to do it, uh, you got to discipline yourself even when you're not in the mood. And what that does is that builds um, mental fortitude, and generates serotonin, right? So that generates serotonin and other disciplinary chemicals, like, um, you build up stores of serotonin when you're disciplined. Okay. What's up?
Do you need a tile grouter?
No.
Damn.
What is that? Like, it cuts the tiles? Yeah. No, not really.
I gotta return it back to my dad's house.
Why do you gotta return it?
Because what the hell am I gonna do with it?
Oh,
Nobody wants it.
why did you get it?
Because,
Try to sell it?
yeah, I guess so. I
Mm.
mean, I guess I could have went to the pawn shop, but I don't care that much.
Right.
I didn't know you were here.
Oh yeah, I was kind of on the phone.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's why I didn't text him,
Oh,
because I wasn't done.
okay. Oh, sorry,
Oh no, you're fine.
So how you liking your new truck?
I'm not a Ford guy. I'm not a Ford guy. This is just practical. I'm not all like, oh wow, I got this truck. Oh my god, oh it's so amazing. I really don't care as long as it. I'm not.
Get you from point A to point B.
I have. No, there's no flex involved in this truck. It's just a truck. I'm not a Ford guy at all. The only reason why I got this truck is because I got a good deal on it. And if it were up to me, I'd have a 1985 to 95 Chevrolet Silverado.
Right.
Those are my favorite trucks.
Well,
Yep.
Chevys are good trucks.
Yeah.
But,
Does he know I'm here? Yeah, I'm not a Ford guy at all. I'm not a Ford guy at all. You heard me?
From what I understand, this is a Ford.
Yeah. I mean, I don't got nothing against Ford. I'm just not a Ford person. If this was a Chevrolet truck, a 1985 or a 95 Chevrolet truck, I would have been all. I would be all showing it off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't give a fuck about this. I mean, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it. I got a good deal because the guy that had it, his family owns a dealership, so
Oh,
he's
that's nice.
one of the landscaping customers, and so I got a.
Under 10 or over 10?
Huh?
Under 10 or over 10?
Under. Oh
nice.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah. Well, I worked for it, so I mean.
Yeah.
But still, I got a good deal because he could get a good deal for it because family's dealers. So.
Nice.
Yeah. And they own a Chevrolet dealership.
Nice. But you didn't get
But
the
I
car
didn't get the Chevrolet.
Yeah.
I just went with practicality. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
that is reliable. She's a good car.
right.
She gets me where I need to go.
Right.
Not the best looking thing, but not the worst either.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that does annoy me now, people are gonna think, "Oh yeah, you're a Ford guy. Yeah, I like Fords too." It's like, no, I'm literally not. I'm not a Ford guy.
Thinking that.
Some people do. I mean, a lot of people do
It's
actually.
weird
A lot of people do. A lot of people they think that way. They really do.
I didn't think that way.
A lot of people think that way. They're always like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Ford guy. Yeah, Ford." Like, I don't care. But I am like that about Chevrolet truck. Not Chevrolets in general, but specifically the models between 85 and 95.
Is that because you got attached to your other one, right?
Yeah, I've always liked that square body style. I've always liked it ever since I was a kid. I just like the way it looks. It reminds me of the 80s, especially the old days.
You got a fish tank in here?
Yep. But, yep.
Well, that's cool.